I think these just might be the best bunch of T13 figures I've picked up yet, especially when they're like under $10. Let's open them up, check them out, and of course do some toy photography. Welcome to Tower 13. What is Tower 13, you ask? Well, it's a tower of, well, there's not 13 action figures. There's, well, is there? 1, 2, 3. No, it's a tower of T13 figures. A bunch of these little cheapo guys that are pretty cool. And I put them in a tower, as you can probably tell. Okay, well, anyway. Yes, I've got a pile of action figures, T13s, from all different places. There's some that look like Wolverine here. There's some that are all dressed up. There's some with all kinds of stuff going on. And I love opening these figures because they're all so different from each other. And there's so many variations. And Venom, have you come to kaiju destroy my tower of T13? Or are you going to be a good boy? Ah! I love getting these guys, and I've got a whole pile of them, and I'm really excited to just kind of see what the heck they are. And to be honest, I don't even remember all of these because I just grabbed so many of them, and there could be some really interesting ones. There is one that's very different than the rest, and I'm very excited to see that. Venom, you... Ah! Venom! Okay, well, that's okay. It's time to open these guys up anyway. So if you want to grab these figures for yourself at an incredibly reasonable price, plus 20 bucks off, head to the link I've got in the description of this video, or just scan the QR code I've got on screen for Temu. The code will prompt you to download the Temu app and bring you directly to the figures I have here in the video today. Then if you type in this exact code right here in the search bar, it'll give you a $20 off coupon. Not just some coupon bundle worth 20 bucks. It's literally just $20 off your purchase, which will practically get you most of these figures straight up for free. And this coupon code is for everyone this time, not just for new app users. So it's definitely worth downloading the app, typing in the code, and getting a lot of these figures that are really cool for a good price, like really good price. So thank you so much to Temu, as always, for sponsoring this video. Thank you guys for watching, and let's actually open these guys up. So I think one of the best parts about these ones specifically is they're not anything I have to build. They're already, all of these I think are pre-built, which I love. That might not be, you know, something everybody would love, but for me, I just want something that I can open up and I don't have to put together. So I guess let's start with this guy right here. So this guy seems pretty typical, but he's like all dressed up. He kind of looks like Tuxedo Mask. He's definitely 3D printed, which is okay. Ooh, he's got toe articulation. That's the first I've seen in a T13. So he's got a hat, which is, does it come off? It does, the hat does come off. I'm gonna leave it on though. And his hands are not black, so these are sleeved kind of hands, which are kind of cool. So this guy looks good. The toe articulation is great. All right, and he comes with 2 swords, a staff, a couple of knives, an assault rifle, 2 pistols, and then we've got fists, holding hands, and regular hands. Tuxedo Mask, he's a win, at least for me. That's pretty cool. So these next 2 here, you might think, oh, these seem pretty typical T13s. They're just regular, but no, they're actually very different. Check out the backs. They've got these special little thingies here on the backs that you can attach extra arms to. So these guys can have like a million arms, and you can adjust, I think, where you want the other arms to go. Let's just start popping arms on here and see what we can do. Man, and all put together, these guys are legitimately freaking cool. And they can kind of withstand themselves too, because it does have a little bit of weight on there. They can kind of hold up, so like even if you stand them up, you know, that works nicely. It looks good. What do you think, Venom? Are you into these guys or no? I don't know if these are the guys are going to be my favorites out of the whole bunch, but man, they're definitely unique, and that's my favorite things about these, is finding the unique ones. Venom, what are you doing, pal? So this next guy here, I think he's got like some Dr. Octopus stuff going on. And I feel like I've seen these guys multiple times and I've never really pulled the trigger on it. So, okay, well, first of all, he's kind of got a clear, translucent look, which I like. Big fan of that. He also has foot articulation. You know what? Never. I'm being stupid. All these always have the foot articulation. I'm being silly. So how do I attach the arms though? Oh, here we go. So we've got this little back piece here. Punch that right in. Nice. And then each one of these arms are like each little piece is like their own little ball joint. Pop it on like that. And there it goes. Okay. This one's kind of nice. I'm actually really impressed with how nicely each one of these pieces moves. So these are the claws, which are these articulated? Oh wait, no, they move. Okay, just pop that right on. Sick. All right, this is kind of legit. This is sick. Look how cool this looks. I'm impressed. Oh, he needs hands. So he comes with a couple hands, open hands, fists, and holding hands. A couple of swords, which are kind of cool, not gonna lie. These are really cool, but the backs are pretty plain. And then he's got like a long, this is almost like a Star Wars blaster here. And then we've got a pistol, sawed-off shotgun, and then a cool looking sword. Oh no, these are not fists. These are pointer hands. I was wrong about that. And here we go. This guy is all set. This is so cool. Does he stand up well? Can he withstand his weight? Yeah, he does. What else could you ask for? You could probably get him in some really freaking cool poses. I'm pretty happy with this guy. I think he's really cool. So the next one here is clearly our boy Wolverine. And I actually did another Wolverine similar to this in I think my last Temu video. And he was cool, but this was more like a Logan kind of Wolverine with a tank top, you know. This is more of a full yellow and blue X-Men Wolverine. Maybe a little bit less detail, but he's pretty cool. So we've got his claws here and put them on. I would have liked if the claws had maybe a slight variation of color, especially, you know, the silver would have been nice on the claws themselves. But it's like super simplified, and you know what? I'm cool with it. He looks like Wolverine, and that's all I'm hoping for. Is this like a removable mask on the head? No, I think it's attached. I find it so funny with these where it's clearly Wolverine with claws, but hey, if you want Wolverine to have a sword or another sword or another sword or another sword or a shotgun, you can have any of those. Definitely not gonna use any of those because I would just want Wolverine to have his claws, but I think he's cool and I think that's Wolverine, so heck yeah. So this dude here might be maybe one of the most elaborate, maybe I'm wrong, but there was one main reason why he really, I don't know, I wanted to grab him. It's because he came with a wired cape. Like, it's got wire all the way up here and along the sides, so you can really, you know, pose it. And that's cool as heck. So his hat, let's put the hat on. Haha! Okay, cool. And he comes with a flaming sword, which is, I've never seen one of these. I think it's just, yeah, it's just a sword with a flame attachment. Awesome. You can be lamplighter if you watch The Boys with a flaming staff. Another just random cool looking staff, which I've definitely seen on other T13s. Some real thick, kind of like Final Fantasy looking swords. And then we've got some typical swords and knives, guns, that kind of thing, which is cool. I'm gonna have him hold the sword and have the cape on. And let's see if I can get some cool poses with him. So it's not the most perfect cape, but for how freaking cheap this guy is, the cape's pretty awesome. His leg's a little wobbly. There we go. He's pretty cool, right? I think this guy's awesome. And I could, you know, in theory, I could add that cape to any one of these guys. That cape actually might be cool on the tuxedo guy too. So these next ones in these boxes, I don't even really remember what's in here, to be honest. Whoa, this is pretty heavy. Oh, is this, I think he comes with a dog. Yes, okay. So we've got a blue and red guy with wings. Pop those in just like that. We got some wings right here. Hello, Venom. So wings are in there, and the wings are articulated a little bit. Oh, geez, they keep popping out. And it comes with a dog. Venom, I'm sorry, there's a dog in here. Wow, look at him. This is awesome. And he's got a tail. All right, Venom, let's pretend that this is a cat, a really big cat. Oh, and it's even got articulation here. So here they are, and I think they're cool. This guy's pretty straightforward. He looks great with the wings, to be honest, and I think this kind of pose is like I don't know, angel-like, I guess. But the dog is the coolest part. The dog's got articulation here and all in the neck and the tail as well. So, you know, he can be your little T13 companion like that. Or I wonder if you can get him to like sit down. Venom, can he sit down? So, here we go. This might be a toy photo idea. I don't know, maybe, we'll see. But I'm digging these guys. I think they're actually pretty cool. And I guess I'm just gonna leave it in pooping pose. Pooping pose, let's go. He comes with a bunch of weapons as well. I do want to mention that. Normal swords and stuff, but he does come with a sword like backpack thing, so you can have 2 swords attached to his back, the same way you would have on the wings. So that's kind of neat. And of course, same normal hands as the other ones. Okay, what's in the next mystery box here? Whoa, okay, yeah. I think I remember this guy. And the reason why this guy was special was because he just had really cool swirly weapons. I think that was really it. He's just purple and white, which is pretty nice. He's got normal hands. All 3 of these swords are really just cool colored weapons. I think that was the main thing that attracted me to these guys. So this guy's probably gonna be pretty quick. But we've got a cool sword like this that's not so swirly, but it's purple and white. This is like a flaming axe kind of thing. Also really cool. And then we've got a really big swirly purple and white sword. So mostly just a cool weapon guy. And posed up, he looks good with all these different weapons. So pretty straightforward, but he's still sick. He's a cool guy. All right, next we've got, oh, we just got another one of the Dr. Octopus guys, which he's a little bit different, but he's basically the same. These tentacles have like little pokey things on the end, which are a little bit different, little arrow things. He's cool, but pretty similar to the other guy. Still looks great all put together though, that's for sure. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I think this one, whoa, is not a Titan 13. It's like something similar, but I was really curious about it because it's like the same kind of thing, but it's different. Whoa, these are all weapons and stuff? Okay. I'm gonna just crack this open and see what it's all about. So this guy's a lot more similar to the typical, you know, T13 than you'd think, but just a lot of different, like the outside armor pieces are different, but it's got the same DNA, you know? A lot of the torso pieces are kind of similar, and all the way the joints are almost exactly the same. So it seems like the inner skeleton is almost exactly the same, but a lot of the outside pieces are different. And he's a little bit more wobbly. It's definitely, it's not 3D printed, it's injection molded. And I think he's a little smaller. Is he smaller? No. He's about the same size, actually. But he's cool. I kind of am a fan of him. He's kind of like, I don't know, if an alien T13 came from space and he's similar but different. I think he's pretty cool. And of course he's clear, which is always cool in my book. But he comes with a huge array of weapons and different things you can add onto him, which is also a cool thing, plus a stand. And so I'm into this guy. I think he's cool. He fits right into the family, for sure. I think he's awesome. Okay, well, here are all of our T13s. Are there 13 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Dang it. Anyway, which ones are your favorite? Do you have one that's specifically awesome? I don't know. It's kind of hard to choose which my favorite is. Like, I like this guy because he's got the cape and stuff, but the cape was a little bit hard to use, even though it was cool. I don't know. I like the dog. The Dr. Octopus ones were fun. I think my 2 favorites, and this might be a cop-out, but my 2 favorites are probably gonna be these 2 guys in front. Wolverine. I mean, it's Wolverine. Ah! No! There we go, Wolverine, and then this guy with all of the arms. I was not expecting to like him so much, but he's really cool. And I mean, the yellow guy too, but I think I just like the white and black more. This, and he was also, well, I was gonna say he was the most sturdy. There we go. His head was not in all the way. But these guys were also the most sturdy and easy to use, I think. But Wolverine is just, he's cool because it's Wolverine. How am I gonna not like Wolverine more than the rest of these guys? But I would say each one of these has their their highlights and their pros and what makes them cool and unique. And that's why I love making these videos, because of how many different ones there are. But let me know which ones your favorites are. Like, which ones do you think are the coolest? Do you have any of these exact ones? Do you have this weirdo here that doesn't like fit in, but he does kind of fit in? I want to know. Do you have the dog? Please let me know what you think. And are you giving these a W or an L? For the price that you're paying for these guys, definitely a W. Huge W for these guys. I'm a big fan. Oh, this is a shooting and reviewing video, is it not? And I'm gonna be honest, the thing that's given me the most inspiration here as far as taking a photo is these two guys. Well, mostly because of the dog. So let's go out and take a shot with these two guys. I don't know, maybe going for a walk. Let's see. So the most random inspiration for toy photography comes from the most random places. And here we go. That one accidental pose I did has inspired my toy photo. I'm right here on the sidewalk in front of my house, and there's a couple cars here. They weren't actually here 2 seconds ago, so I was able to get a shot that I think is pretty fun. So here we go, in camera. This is kind of what I've got going on here, and I'm actually kind of happy with it. I didn't really realize I had such a great blue sky kind of area right in front of my house here, but really what's happening is just the guy's taking his dog out, and the dog is taking a number 2. That's all that's going on. I just used a random little chain that I had laying around the house. I actually used that same chain in the last poop photo I did in a previous video. So there's that. Venom is in the window right now, helping me out, right? So the sun is actually in front of me right now. It's usually the other way around, but it's just kind of how it's working out. So I've been holding my light reflector behind the figures, and I'm kind of getting some cool rim lighting that way, which is actually working better than I thought it would. Usually I'd do this the opposite, and it's kind of working out nicely. So here are my settings for the shot. I've got 1600 for my shutter speed, which is really only there because it's just very bright outside. And my f-stop is at 5.0. I had it pretty wide with the previous photo I did, and I kind of just left it there at 5, and I'm kind of liking it. It's looking kind of nice, actually, with this lens. Because of that, everything's pretty in focus as far as the dog and the figure. ISO is at 400 as always, and I'm liking this because I've got some green, some blue, everything in the background here, and it's working out kind of nice. So I'm just going to hold the light reflector up and take the shot with my remote, as always, and take the shot. So hopefully this comes out pretty good. See ya in the post-photo breakdown. Okay, just a quick post-photo breakdown for our little blue and red guy and his blue and red companion. And here it is. It looks pretty good. I'm actually surprised at how simple this ended up being. This is the before and after. So as far as the differences, I just kind of adjusted colors, that kind of thing. And I also did simplify the background a little bit, got rid of some of these things, used the generative fill here in Adobe Photoshop. The only thing I'm wishing I did a little bit better or thought of more when I was setting up is the pose of the dog. Yeah, when you're looking at it, it looks like a dog that's crouching to take a poop, but I could have done a better job to relay that. I could have fixed some of the posing, I think, but hopefully it's not so much of a problem. But either way, I'm very happy with the lighting and everything, and I think it's pretty funny. The colors are very vibrant and looks pretty good. But give me some critiques. Am I totally wrong about that? Does it look okay? But either way, let's just run the end of the video. I honestly don't think I'll ever get tired of these little guys. There's so many different ones that exist, and every time I go and look for them, I just find more of them. But if you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. This photo, as always, is going to be posted up onto Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and all of those platforms. And if you want to follow my work on any of them, it's all linked in the video description below. And thank you again for watching, getting this far into the video, and I really hope to see you in the next one.